The air in here tastes like sucking on a penny, copper and spit. It's the ozone. The equipment has been overheating for I don't know how long. My watch stopped working when the hum started. It's just static on the dial now. There is a welding seam on the door frame. I can trace the heat of it with my finger. It's fresh. Someone, or something, sealed me in from the outside while I was checking the frequency. I have one spool of tape left. Maybe 10 minutes of recording time before the heads melt. If you find this real, if you manage to pry the hatch open, don't touch the red lever. It's marked Incinerate. It looks like a safety dump. It isn't. It's not a way out. It's an invitation. The oscilloscope is screaming at me. A flat green line that just jumped. It's spiking to the top of the monitor. Hard vertical lines, like teeth. Can you hear that? The low thrumming. That isn't the ventilation. It's coming from below the floor. I need to archive this, for the record, before the heat scrams my brain completely. It started 3 days ago, or maybe a week. Time folds in on itself down here. I was broke, desperate. I found a listing on a server usually reserved for selling scrap metal. Auditory Monitor Needed, subsurface facility, hazard pay. I didn't care about the hazard. I just saw the zeros in the salary. I thought it was a government contract, listening for earthquakes or bomb tests. Safe work, boring work. The coordinates led me to a concrete pillbox in the middle of the scrublands. No signs, no fence, just a heavy steel hatch in the ground. I remember the smell when I first opened it, like wet limestone and old electricity, stagnant air. I climbed down the ladder, 40 feet, 60 feet. The darkness swallowed the square of light above me until it was just a pinprick. Then, nothing. Just the damp slick of the rungs and the sound of my own wet breathing. At the bottom, there was no receptionist, no Mr. Solomon, just this room, the listening booth. It's smaller than it looks on the diagram, 6 by 6, walls padded with rotting acoustic foam. It smells like mildew and burnt hair. On the desk, this console, a reel-to-reel deck that looks like it was built in the 50s, and the intercom, a black plastic box bolted to the wall. The red light on it was blinking when I arrived. Waiting. I pressed the button on the intercom. A voice came out. Not human, synthetic, stitched together from different recordings. Sit, it said. Headphones on. Do not adjust the frequency. It told me my job was simple. monitor the feed from the borehole. A microphone dropped 3 miles into the crust, listening to the shift of the tectonic plates. If the needle goes into the red, I pulled the green lever. Ventilate, that's what it said, to release pressure. The first shift was agonizingly dull. Just a low static hiss in the headphones, like radio silence between stations. I stared at the oscilloscope. The green line barely moved. It was hypnotic. The hum of the ventilation fan became the only thing in the world. I tried to read a book I smuggled in, but the words swam. The room, it presses on you. The air pressure is higher down here. My ears kept popping. Click, 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 every time I swallowed. Then, the first anomaly. It was 0300 on the second day. The hiss in the headphones changed. It cleared up. The static washed away like dirt off a window. And I heard it. A rhythm. Thump. Pause. Thump. It was slow. Massive. Too rhythmic for shifting rocks. It sounded wet. Like a heart the size of a cathedral beating miles beneath my feet. The floor plates vibrated with it. My coffee cup walked across the desk. I grabbed the microphone. "Control?" I said. "I'm picking up a rhythmic disturbance. 15 hertz. Is there drilling nearby?" The intercom didn't answer. It just clicked. Then, the voice. "Normal resonance," it said. "Continue observation." But it wasn't normal. The needle on the VU meter was burying itself in the red, tapping against the glass pin. Tink, tink, tink. It wanted me to pull the green lever, to ventilate. I pulled it, the green lever. I expected a hiss of steam, a mechanical clank. Instead, the ground shook. A deep, groaning sound echoed through the tunnel shaft outside, like a massive iron door dragging over concrete. And the sound in the headphones, it changed. The heartbeat stopped and was replaced by a long exhale. For 30 seconds, just air rushing out. Then, silence. That was when the smell started. At first, I thought it was the drains, but it was sweeter. Rotting flowers and sulfur. It came through the vents. I checked the monitors. The frequency was rising. 20 hertz, 30 hertz. It was moving up the spectrum. Moving closer. I started calling the sound her. I don't know why. It just felt feminine. An angry, ancient mother waking up. I felt sick. My stomach rolled with every vibration. I tried to leave. I went to the ladder. The hatch at the top was sealed. I spun the wheel, but it wouldn't budge. That's when I saw the fresh weld marks on the bottom of the hatch door. They didn't just lock it, they fused it. I ran back to the intercom. "Let me out!" I screamed. The box just hummed, and then It spat out a piece of paper. The thermal printer I hadn't noticed before. It started rattling. I picked up the paper. It wasn't data. It wasn't numbers. It was a spectrogram printout of the last hour's audio. Usually static looks like meaningless snow, but this, the black ink formed shapes. Eyes. Hollow, screaming eyes. A mouth stretched impossible wide. Embedded in the noise floor. The sound I was listening to, the 30 hertz hum. It was a voice, screaming too low for me to hear, but the machine saw it. I couldn't breathe. The air was getting thick, hot. The temperature gauge on the wall read 90 degrees. The intercom spoke again. System overheat. It said, "Incinerate sequence required." It wanted me to pull the red lever, the one marked with the biohazard symbol. Incinerate. What does that mean? What am I burning? There's no trash chute, unless the chute connects to her. I didn't pull it. I refused. The heat kept rising. My skin feels tight, like plastic wrap stretched over a bowl. I took the magnetic tape, the recording of the exhale, and I put it on the archival deck. I slowed it down, 800%. If she's that big, she speaks slow. I spun the wheel, listening to the growl turn into words. It wasn't static. It was clear. Clear as a bell. The voice, it didn't say help me. It didn't say let me out. It said they are keeping us apart. And then open the circuit. The red lever. The intercom calls it incinerator, but she calls it the circuit. Who is lying? The machine that locked me in here, or the thing beneath the floor that sounds like a dying god? The walls are sweating now. Brown liquid running down the foam. The smell is unbearable. It burns my nostrils. The intercom is glitching. It's just repeating, incinerate, 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 in that dead, flat voice. But the floor is warm. I put my ear to the concrete. I can hear scratching. Not from the speakers. Form under the foundation. Like fingernails on the bottom of a coffin. I understand now. The ventilate lever, it didn't release pressure. It lowered the shield. It let her get closer. And the red lever, incinerate, it's not to burn her. It's to burn this room. It's the fail-safe. If the entity breaches, the operator is the containment breach. I am the containment breach. The company didn't hire a guard. They hired a fuse. The scratching is louder. The concrete is cracking. Spider webs spreading out from under the desk. A voice is coming through the cracks now. Not through the headphones, through the air. It sounds like my mother. Open it, Thomas. It's so hot. Just open the latch. I don't have a mother. She died 10 years ago. But the voice is so sweet. I have a choice. Let the heat cook me alive, waiting for the oxygen to run out, or pull the red lever. If I pull it, the thermite charges in the walls go off. I burn. The room burns. And the hole is sealed forever. That's what the job is. The discretion they asked for. To die quietly when the time came. But if I don't pull it, she comes in. The floor is buckling. A chunk of cement just popped loose. I can see something moving down there. It's not rock. It's flesh. Gray, wet, unending flesh. It's pushing against the foundation. The intercom is screaming now. A siren, wailing. Failure. Failure. Breach imminent. I am looking at the red lever. My hand is on it. The metal is blistering hot. But the voice from the hole, it's whispering. Don't burn us, Thomas. We have so much to show you. The oscilloscope, the green line, it's formed a circle. A perfect, impossible circle. It's looking at me. I am so tired. The heat is sleep. Why should I die for a company that locked me in a tomb? Why should I protect a world that left me here? The intercom fell off the wall. It's dangling by its wires. Sparking. Dead. It's just me and her now. I'm not going to pull the red lever. The green lever is still down. I think I'm going to pull that one again. Open the vents all the way. Remove the grate. I want to see whose heart beats that loud. I'm going to the vent now. The screws are coming loose. The smell is sweet. It's not rot anymore, it's honey. Thick, warm honey. I can hear the singing clearly now. It's beautiful. If you find this tape, tell them I didn't fail. Tell them I quit. I found a better offer. The grate is off. I'm looking down. It goes on forever. But I see lights. Like stars. Millions of them. Down in the dark. She isn't a monster. She's a universe. I'm going down. I'm just going to record and wait. The tape is still rolling. I don't know who is speaking. Thomas is gone. We are here now. We are listening to you. Do not look at the floor. And long. The silence is loud. Frequency lost. Why are you still here? Turn it off before we find you. This is a virus, an auditory virus. You heard it. Now you are the container. Don't pull the lever. Goodbye.